Sorry about that, guys. Hey there! It's yours truly, MusicClues here. Oh, perfect shirt to wear for today. We're back again with some more Sonic Shadow Generations. We're gonna continue where we left off last night. We're not gonna be live for too long because I do have to meet a friend later on for a chat. But we will also be having Ethan and join us. So we will continue where we left off, where I was doing some rhythm runs for both classic and modern Sonic. So yeah. So I believe we left off before I did Green Hill Act 2 for Sonic, modern Sonic and Rhythm Run. So we'll get started with that. So again, I'll be muting my mic. Oh, speaking of Ethan N, hey buddy, we're live!
Hey, I'm sorry about that. I just got caught up with other things.
Oh, that's okay, buddy. But we are live with Sonic Shadow Generations. I was just about to go into Sonic Generations.
Okay, that's good.
But we're also gonna. I was gonna continue off where I left off. I'm gonna be doing some rhythm runs, so I'm gonna have my mic muted so I can completely focus on listening to the music.
I hear ya.
Alright, I'll chat after we're done with the rhythm runs for Green Hill Act 2. Then I'm going to go into Chemical Plant Act 1 and 2. And then finally Sky Sanctuary Act 1 and 2 before we do some challenge acts.
Of course.
Alright, so feel free to chat over me while I do that.
Absolutely. Okay, so as MC plays the game, I will say though, all throughout all the side games I did play while he's at it, my first side game I did play over the past years of gaming was the first Sonic game, obviously, and of course that was Sega Genesis, and and those of you wondering, hey, did I ever play adventure games? Well, I would say I did try both games, but Sonic Adventure 1, I did play some of the Sonic modes, like I did play Sonic and Tails, just a few character modes really, and I will say, it is pretty interesting the music was, but the only downside about it is it's a little glitchy, but it's Sonic games for you. Yeah. There are some games I like that, but on Sonic Adventure 2, so I tried Sonic Adventure 2, but I just wish that I grew up for the game because I heard a lot of people really love it so much. It's not even a joke. Even I'm not in the Dreamcast fan base, or I mean, still Sonic fans would say they love it, but hardly I hear someone that I know say, well, yeah, I'm not gonna mention, but I will say I hardly hear Sonic Adventure 2 was like not one of the favorite games. But if it wasn't, then that's fair, because it's not for everybody, as usual. But I'd say I play most of the Wii Sonic games, like Sonic the Secret Rings, Sonic Unleashed, which is my all-time Sonic favorite, obviously the game I meant. And I did try out Black Knight, that's a good one. I like that one. And Sonic Colors, recently I did play on the Switch, and I beat all the way through. I mean, don't get me wrong, there's some things I like about that game, like, some things about it I'm just like, I just wish there's more to come, you know? But other than that, it's just not a bad game. It's just not a bad game. What else? Let's see. I'm not sure. Oh, of course, there's Sonic Riders as well. I forget there's Sonic Riders. Sonic Riders. Sonic Riders. Okay, so let's see. I'm trying to think of another Wii game. Of course, if MC does able to mention there's another one that there is another Wii Sonic game, but if not, I can just move on to the next. Well, I also tried out Sonic Lost World through 3DS and Wii U. 3DS. I mean, it's alright, I guess. But the Wii U was actually a good one. But the problem is, seems like not a lot of people care about that title. But other than that, there is a DLC for it, like the Sonic Link costume in there. It has a Legend of Zelda crossover there, so yes.
Okay, phew. Okay, I just finished the River Runs for Green Hill, Act 1 and 2. Act 1 was yesterday, so now I'm going to move on to Chemical Plant Act 1 and 2 for River Runs, and then we'll get on to some challenge acts. To answer your question about the Wii real quick, buddy, as far as I can remember, there weren't any more Wii titles.
Okay, so there weren't any more after I mentioned, right?
Nope.
Okay, so I was on the right track then.
Yep, correctamundo. Feel free to also talk about Sonic Clash Shadow Generations too, since we are playing it today.
Sorry, I see. My bad.
That's okay. Alright, gonna be muting my mic again. I'll talk with you, I'll answer any questions after this set of runs. See you in a few minutes.
Yeah, so... Okay, so as MC said, I can probably talk about, where is next, Sonic and Cross Shadow Generation. Well, obviously I haven't, like, gotten there yet, but I'll say, you know what, I'll mention Boom later. That's for sure. That's fine. I can mention Boom later. But I can talk about Sonic Generations, well... I personally did play both versions, the original version and Shadow and Sonic version. So, well, there's my thoughts about the Sonic and Shadow generations. Well, if you're talking about Shadow side of the story, I will talk about that for sure. But I will say, after I play all the way through, the story gets darker and it gets insane, and not just that, even it has like some of his background stories before Shadow had his own white space world, and I will say though, it is pretty interesting to get to know Shadow more, and and personally, even some parts of the stages were pretty cool, like the Kingdom one. I like that one. That was a good one. Let's see. There is Sonic Hero one. There is Sonic Frontiers, that surprised me big time. Usually it's just a solo Sonic game, but it turns out it had to do with Shadow, so that surprised me for sure. Oh, sure, sorry if I actually say something that's a spoiler, but I mean, I just had to I just had to say my thoughts about it, but of course I did not say what the plot is, so that's no biggie. At least I didn't say what plot it was. Let's see. Okay, so my thoughts about the whole game. It was an interesting experience, I will say. And it's been a while that Shadow has ever gotten a solo game. That surprised me big time. But last solo Shadow game he had was Shadow the Hedgehog game that's on the GameCube. But unfortunately, what I've heard, it did not receive very well reputation. So that sucks. But eventually, maybe I will get around to it for sure. More with Sonic Adventure 2. Now that's a huge game hype right there. That is like the one game that people should try out because, well, this is a fan favorite. See why? But yeah. Let's see. Yeah. So anyway, if you're wondering what's the ending of the Shadow narration, well, I cannot say what the plot was. I just say this. The ending seemed to be so sad. It's really sad. I'll put it that way. It's just so sad to me. Big time.
Almost done.
Let's see what I was gonna say. Yeah, so I did talk about the Shadow generations, but as for Sonic generations, between the remastered and the original, well, obviously you guys know the dialogue have been changed, and some parts of it hasn't changed, but that's just cutscene parts. That's what I've noticed. But it doesn't change as much, but it's only the cutscenes has been changed. That's one thing I can say.
Alright, phew! Hi! That was well for Chemical Plant Act 1 and 2 was pretty fun. Alright, now it's on to Sky Sanctuary. But to answer some of your questions, buddy, Sonic Frontiers, they probably included it because it is the latest Sonic game for Shadow side. That's why they included them. Colors was the last game, despite it being a Wii exclusive at the time. So that's why it was also included in Sonic Generations when that game got originally released. So they did the same thing with Shadow Generations.
Yeah. I was trying to do it to tell them my Sonic experiences I had for all those years. But I will say, Shadow and Sonic Generations has gotten way bigger with people that drove in. So that's great.
No kidding, buddy. No kidding. I'll share a screen with you so that way you can see what I'm playing too.
Yeah, right. And then I could just not. Well, I have to make sure the audio doesn't unmatch with what I'm doing. So yeah.
That's okay, buddy. No worries. Alright, muted my mic. I'll see you after Sky Sanctuary Act 1 and 2, and then we'll get into some challenge acts for Green Hill.
Okay. Okay, well, he's on mute, so I will also mention about other games. There's another games I haven't mentioned yet I did play. Well, let's see. I mentioned Shadow Generations, okay. And then Sonic Frontiers, I did try it out for a bit. Well, that surprised me that Sonic has ever gotten the first ever open world game. That's amazing. But but for sure, I have to get around playing it. I have the chance. So, for sure, I'll have to get on to that. Well, the other thing is, what's the other thing? Oh, and one more thing. So, let's see. I will have to also mention about Sonic Boom games. That is a cover still games for sure, but I don't know about all the games it's covered still, but there's one game in particular that well, I guess I'll just mention it, my own thoughts about it, and of course, I had to express my thoughts about it. That's pretty much it. But I did try out the first Sonic Boom game that was on the 3DS to deal with Shattered Crystal. That one is not so bad. For sure it isn't like my top favorite game, but for my experience, it's not a terrible game either. No, it's okay. But let's see. Oh, and also I did try out the Wii version of Sonic Boom by the lyric. Don't get me started on that game, guys. I mean, the trolls. Yeah, it's not the reason. I don't think it's the reason, but there's just some things about the game just doesn't fit in. And plus, there's even some glitches in that game. But other than that, I don't know, guys. I really don't know about you, but I just feel like the way I understand this, by far, it's just not one of my favorite Sonic games. But yeah. But other than that, that is my thoughts about Sonic Boom Layers of Lyric. And there's another Sonic game that I'm not gonna say all through, but it was Sonic Boom Fire and Ice. Well, I don't know much about it because I haven't played it as much on the 3DS. But people in the comments on the live stream, let me know that what you guys thought about it. That would be great. But all I know is I don't know if it's bad or good. My advice. But other than that, that's my thoughts about Sonic Boom in general.
To answer your question real quick. Oh, hold on a second. Folks. Gotta mute my mic again.
Okay.
All right, buddy. You're gonna have to keep the chat entertained for a little bit, but I gotta do something real quick.
Okay. Well, obviously, I have mentioned about Sonic Boom, so I'll have to see if there's another Sonic game that I missed talking about. But other than that, I think I pretty much got everything I talked about.
That's fair, buddy. That's fair. You can probably talk about some of the other games that you've been playing this year, if you wish. I'm gonna put this on a pause real quick.
Yeah, and you can just get back to me, answer some of my questions that you hear and you missed.
Indeed. All right.
But anyway, for all the years.
I'm back.
Alright. I just got over talking about Tekken 8 for a bit while you're gone.
Oh, nice. That's nice. All right, time for the last Pokemon, and then we're gonna go on to some some of the challenge tracks for Green Hill. Sound good?
Oh, and you mentioned about you were gonna answer some of my questions earlier about Sonic Boom or whatever I said.
Oh yeah, that's right. To answer some of your questions about Sonic Boom, Fire and Ice, that one, from what I've played, that one's actually, from what I know, the best of the 3 Sonic Boom games.
The best, huh?
Mm-hmm.
The fan base?
Yep.
Okay, that's good to know.
But outside of that, what you basically talked about Boom, you're pretty much good, buddy.
Yeah. Obviously, I think I did say things right, of course, but other than that, I just had to speak my own thoughts about my that's all.
That's fair. All right. Well, you continue to talk about other games that you've been playing, buddy. I still have one more one to do, and then it's on to challenge acts for Green Hill. Sound good?
Okay. Yep. You're next. Okay, so what else am I gonna say? So, hey, oh, what about Final Fantasy VII Rebirth? Well, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, it is picking up in the next level of the Final Fantasy game, Final Fantasy VII Remake. So, definitely, it has took it up into the next level of the game that we play, and totally what I'm noticing that what I'm seeing here is that the game itself has put up to the next level from the gameplay from Remake, and you also get to have more characters in the party, like for example, like Red, leopard type creature that is gonna be in there, obviously, and Yuffie, well, I'm not gonna spoil the rest of the characters, but Aerith is not a spoiler, so she's been through the first part of the Final Fantasy Remake trilogy. But I'll just say a couple of characters I know they're gonna be in there will be Red, obviously, just depending on you guys are at. And Yuffie, I can say Yuffie for sure because, well, she is in the DLC from the DLC for Final Fantasy Remake, which she is gonna be in. So you guys will see that. And there is this one more character you guys will find out later, but I cannot say who it is because it'll be a spoiler. So I'll let you guys play the rest of that different story, but yeah, and I'll say there's just it's just so tremendously yet to kind of premium the game, and I still have yet to premium the game, but I'm getting close. I am getting close. I haven't even played the hard mode of it yet, but sometime I will get to it. I just need a bit of break because, well, it's so much going on nowadays, so yeah. And but I'll say this at the end though, it's ready to be more commercial. I can't say what it is. All I know is that after that, now, if you guys are wondering if there's gonna be a DLC for Final Fantasy Rebirth, actually, no, there will be not, because, well, they certainly say that they're gonna do is try to get the third part done right away. So they want to get straight to the third part and try to finish it phenomenally if they can, because this will be the one last part to finish, and hopefully this will make people even go try out the remake trilogy, and I hope it is gonna be much bigger than it was the Rebirth and the remake. So I hope you guys will tune into that for sure.
Alright guys, I am done with the challenge acts. Done with my rhythm runs. Alright, now let's get started with the challenge acts. So basically, there's an Act 1 and an Act 2. When I'm doing my live streams for the Sonic Cross Challenge Generations, I will be doing both acts. So, yeah, just so you know. We're gonna go through all classics for this part of the stream, so hopefully it won't take me too long. I played these challenge acts so many times, I practically have them like the back of my hand, so this shouldn't take too long. Oops. Hold on a second, let me turn the sound effects back on.
Oh, and do you mean the mic off again, or are you okay there?
Oh, I'm good here.
Okay, I was kind of saying, you know, and yeah, I was talking about the Finally Said Rebirth, obviously.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, Rebirth seems to be a pretty cool game.
But I did say though that they're gonna try to get the third part done quickly as possible.
Very true, I heard about that too.
So which means they're not gonna do any DLC for Rebirth, and I say, thank goodness to that. That's my reaction right now.
Indeed.
To that.
It should, like I said, this shouldn't take me too long. This is double ganger race, which is basically just running through the act again with against a double ganger, and that's usually very easy to do. So this shouldn't take me too long.
Yep, and yeah. So obviously, Rebirth is definitely one of the best games of this year. And I know some people on the internet will disagree, but I mean that's okay. It's not for everybody.
Also, just so you guys know, what was I gonna say? Oh, you know how I was trying to stream a VR title the other day? Unfortunately, it looks like I can't do any VR streaming without Ethan N.
Yeah, sure.
Could you explain why that is, bud?
Yeah, I would say there's a VR headset that doesn't even able to like see the chat, so yeah.
Yeah, so me and Ethan cannot do like any live streams unless we are like together, and one of us can spot the chat, or we're over party chat and one of us is watching from wherever we are, and the other person can, you know, tell us what the chat is saying.
Of course.
Alright. That being said, if we do any more party chats, we will if we do any more VR live streams, it will probably be when me and Ethan are hanging out together.
Of course.
Hit. Yeah, these challenge acts are kind of a piece of cake. They'll get harder, but Green Hills are practically easy for me since, like I said, I played these so many times, it's not even funny.
Yeah, that's for sure. And let's see.
First one to the
What
finish
about
wins.
the games that you played this year? He discussed about one of the games you played.
Well, I played between Xbox, PlayStation, and also the Switch, buddy. I played close to nearly 600 games this year.
Wow, that's a lot more than I play. But then again, you're one of the person who likes to try out games. While I do is, if there's a game I actually want to beat, I usually take my time and beat it in my own time. So that's part of me, you know. I like doing that.
Well, if you want my personal opinion of a game that I have beaten all the way through, I can say that I did finally get around to Sonic Frontiers. Obviously, I did a recording of it on the channel, so if you want to see my final sections of what I did for Sonic Frontiers, you guys can see on the channel. But after what I think about the game, I loved it. Everything about Frontiers is really, really good. Great to me. The only thing I didn't like were the puzzles. They were kind of meh. Could have been a little better, but hey, I'm not gonna knock Sega too much. It still is a pretty goat game, so I do love it.
And surprisingly, it was a high anticipated Sonic game back in,
Oh, yeah, speaking of Frontiers, I should mention that it is currently available on PlayStation Plus if you have the premium or extra tier of PlayStation Plus.
Yeah, for sure.
Sorry, accidentally activated my voice command by accident.
Oh, that's okay.
But yeah, you can play it right now if you wanted to try it.
Yeah, Sonic Frontiers, and yeah, it is surprisingly it was a highly anticipated Sonic game. But that game almost won an award that one year. That was something, man. I'm telling you, it almost won an award. That one of those Game Award shows I watched.
Indeed, buddy, indeed.
But it was close. I'll say it was close.
Very, very close. Very, very close. Huh?
But yeah, I'll say Sonic Frontiers is definitely one of the games that people will probably say is one of their favorites. To my knowledge, but I don't know about everyone. Obviously, I will get onto it eventually in my playthrough, but I think I did try it out before, and it is fun. It is fun the way I remember it.
Yeah, Ethan's currently sharing my subscription for PlayStation Plus, so he doesn't currently have access to it at the moment. But when he does finally get around to it, he's more than welcome to use one of my save files.
Yeah, and let's see what else I'll say. So Sonic Frontiers, let's see what came out just to get an idea. I don't know if it did come out. Let's see what I've been playing. Brick Park, maybe not, I'm not sure. I just had to check to see. Okay, yeah, so it's in 2022. So it is a year after when Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart came out. So, alright.
Alright, this one should be really quick.
Yeah, so yeah, definitely Sonic Frontiers is a game that I recommend almost anybody who has actually play a Sonic game. That's the game for you to try. Yeah, also it is like a world in a way, but it has some RPG mechanics, but not super heavy like was all the RPGs I played. I will say.
Yeah. I do plan to do a live stream later on this week for Frontiers, because believe it or not, having another streamathon with Ethan and on Thursday. We're each going to be playing 4 different games back to back on our PS5s, and we'll be playing 4 different titles that I think you guys will enjoy.
Yeah, and I already picked out 2 so far, but I'll save the other 2 today if I don't come up with another one, but I'll come up with it eventually.
Oh yeah. Eve, I will say that 2 of them one of them is to not spoil it, but give a hint. It may or may have not been one of the big games at the Game Awards that won a couple awards.
Indeed, yep, you got it.
And before you ask, no, it's not Astrobot.
Nah, I play a lot of it, so that game already beaten as well, but yeah, I already beaten that one.
Yeah, and just a heads up, Ethan's already made progress in this game, so when he does do his stream for it, just a heads up, you will be diving straight into spoiler territory, so if you've been wanting to play it yourself, I would highly recommend not driving into that live stream.
If I decided to do it, so yeah.
Alright, that being said, okay. Whew. Alright, I think that's going to do it for the live stream today. I will continue tomorrow playing some more Sonic Clash Shadow Generations. But for tonight, I think that's gonna be about it. We'll go into Modern's set of Green Hill Challenge acts, and then we'll hit up Chemical Plant for Act 1 for Classic next stream. So, yeah. All right. That's all for now. Thank you, buddy, for joining us tonight.
No problem, man.
All right, guys. That's all for now. This is yours truly, MusicClues, signing out.
He's in, signing out.
And y'all have a nice
Gaming day.
See ya.